Carlos Sainz Sr. is seriously considering running for president at the FIA, Motorsport.com reports, as many people within the organization are urging him to take on current president Mohammed Ben Sulayem in this year's election. A two-time rally world champion and four-time Dakar winner, Sainz has decades of experience within motorsport and could be the next head of the FIA. Well, some interesting news then to start your Friday morning, and we thank you for being with us here on the GPFans Global channel. We put out videos all week, every week, so please consider subscribing to the channel if you aren't already, so you don't miss a thing in the world of F1. Ben Sulayem won his election back in December of 2021, but has been shrouded in controversy ever since. His remarks against wearing jewelry in the F1 paddock clearly were aimed at Lewis Hamilton, and Ben Sulayem was also under fire for comparing drivers who swear on team radios to rappers. His campaign to crack down on swearing has been heavily criticized by drivers and fans alike, and according to Motorsport.com, influential figures within motorsport are urging Sainz to run for president in December. The 63-year-old Spaniard says he's currently in the process of figuring out how much support he will get from the community of motorsport. He also underlines there will be no conflict of interest with his son being an F1 driver. Quote, "I have my track record and people know me well enough to understand that this will not be an issue. Obviously, I will have to step down regarding my role with Carlos and his career, but this is not an issue at all. He's not a child anymore. He has been in F1 for a decade now, and we both know that if I go ahead with this project, our relationship will change, of course. The FIA is a very serious entity and there will be no conflict." Jack Doohan received many threats and abuse from Franco Colapinto fans, F1 photographer Kim Illman has revealed over the course of 2025. So much so that the Aussie actually needed a 24/7 security detail in Miami as his personal email address was leaked and his family and friends were actually fearing for his safety. Colapinto's wildly popular in his native country, Argentina, but has been without a drive ever since the end of the 2024 season. He was signed as Alpine's reserve driver and has been strongly linked to Doohan's seat since before the season even started. Now Colapinto will get his chance at the cost of Doohan, who has been really going through it, reveals Illman. Quote, "Jack had the Franco threats hanging over him every moment of his short 2025 season. He was constantly quizzed about his future by the media, and don't doubt that that gets to a driver. On top of that, he was receiving all sorts of threats online from Colapinto fans. So much so that he had around-the-clock security in Miami. People had discovered his personal email address and was getting email threats, which resulted in Jack, his girlfriend, and even his father holding real concerns for their safety in Miami. On top of that, Jack's sleep was affected." Multiple teams are very interested in securing Sergio Perez to make an F1 comeback for the 2026 season, Autosport have reported. Not only Cadillac, but two other teams are looking to secure the Mexican services for the upcoming year. Perez left Formula One at the end of last season after over a decade in the sport and has not driven in any other category since. While Perez's stock fell because of his dwindling performances at Red Bull, his successors have struggled even more next to Max Verstappen, which has largely restored his reputation. Cadillac already confirmed they are interested in Perez, but are considering many other drivers as well. Autosport now report two other F1 teams are interested in the Mexican too, although they do not disclose which two teams they are. That's me for this week. Enjoy your weekend, everyone, and I'll see you again on Monday morning for the next one. Thanks for watching, and peace.